Annabelle, the Cloth Smile and the Demonic Soul, based on the case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren, 1970. The Birthday Gift. In 1970, at a small second-hand shop tucked between bustling streets, Donna's mother found a gift she believed her daughter would love. It was a classic Raggedy Ann cloth doll, nearly a meter tall, with bright red yarn hair, shiny black button eyes, and a cheerful red-stitched smile fixed on its pale fabric face. An innocent smile, but soulless. Donna, then a 28-year-old nursing student, shared a small apartment with her best friend Angie. Both were young women, busy with night shifts and stressful exams. Receiving the gift delighted Donna. She placed the doll on her bed as a decoration, a nostalgic reminder of childhood amid the chaos of adult life. At first, the doll simply sat there, silent, its button eye staring into nothingness. The apartment was filled with laughter and music from an old radio, but that peace was only the calm before the storm. The first movements. The strange events began subtly, almost imperceptibly. One morning, before rushing to her hospital internship, Donna remembered clearly placing the doll against the headboard, legs stretched out. But when she returned that afternoon, the doll was still there, except its legs were crossed. Maybe I misremembered, Donna thought, brushing off the chill running down her spine. Days later, the changes became undeniable. She left the doll on the bed, but came home to find it sitting in the armchair. The following week, she entered to see it kneeling on the floor, hands limp, head bowed as if in prayer. Physically impossible. Raggedy Ann dolls are soft cloth, with no skeleton to hold such a pose. If dropped, they collapse instantly. Yet it knelt there, steady. Donna called Angie. Both stood frozen, staring at the cotton toy as the room grew heavy. "Did someone break in?" Angie whispered. "The doors are locked, the windows too. No signs of forced entry," Donna murmured. They decided to test it. Donna folded the doll's arms on the bed before leaving. That evening, when they opened the door, they froze. The doll was no longer in the bedroom. It sat on the living room sofa, head tilted, black eyes fixed on the door as if waiting for them. The parchment notes. Fear escalated from confusion to terror when messages began to appear. About a month after the doll started moving, Donna found strange scraps of paper scattered around. Not ordinary stationery they owned, but old, rough parchment, something neither Donna nor Angie possessed or had ever bought. On the scraps were shaky, childlike scrawls pressed so hard the paper nearly tore. "Help us. Help Lou." Lou? Why save Lou? Angie asked, trembling. Lou was her boyfriend, a practical, tough man who often visited. "I don't know where this paper came from," Donna whispered, pale as death. "But look, it was found right beneath the doll." Both turned to the Raggedy Ann. Its stitched red smile seemed wider than yesterday. The seance and the trap of innocence. Unable to bear the unease, Donna and Angie made a fatal mistake. They invited a medium to discover who or what was inside the doll. By candlelight, the medium trembled, then spoke in a strange voice. "There's a spirit here, a little girl. Her name is Annabelle Higgins." According to the medium, Annabelle Higgins was a 7-year-old who had died in the field long before the apartment complex was built. Her lonely spirit wandered, and upon seeing Donna and Angie, kind young women, she felt loved. She wanted to stay. She wanted to inhabit the doll to be their friend. "She says she means no harm," the medium soothed. "She only wants love." Moved by compassion, Donna and Angie, nurses with tender hearts, pitied the child's soul. "We allow you," Donna said to the doll. "You may stay with us." That was the fateful moment. They had unknowingly invited a demon into their home. There was no Annabelle Higgins. It was a perfect deception. Lou's nightmare. Lou, Angie's boyfriend, despised the doll from the start. He felt a sinister aura radiating from it. Many times he urged Donna to throw it away, burn it, but she refused, believing it housed the spirit of poor Annabelle. One night, Lou stayed over. He slept in the living room while Donna and Angie slept in their room. In the middle of the night, Lou awoke, paralyzed. He could not move, his eyes wide, sweat pouring, limbs frozen. The room grew icy cold. From the corner, he saw Annabelle, no longer lifeless. It slid off the chair, gliding silently across the floor. It climbed onto Lou's legs, creeping up his chest. Its pale cloth face pressed close to his, black eyes like bottomless pits. Then its limp fabric hands tightened around his throat. Lou tried to scream, but no sound came. He suffocated, lungs bursting, fading into sheer horror. By morning, Lou awoke, throat burning. He recounted the nightmare, but the girls dismissed it. Nothing more than a bad dream.
The claw marks of the demon. The truth was revealed only a few days later. Donna and Angie were in the kitchen when they heard a loud noise coming from Donna's bedroom, the place where the doll was kept. Lou, who was visiting at the time, decided to go check. The room was eerily silent. Lou stepped inside, cautiously moving toward the corner. Annabelle was no longer on the bed. It had been thrown against the wall, twisted into a grotesque position. Lou approached to pick it up. Suddenly, he felt a malevolent presence right behind him, something invisible, filled with hatred. He spun around. No one was there. But instantly, a sharp, searing pain tore through his chest. Lou screamed in agony, clutching his chest and collapsing. "Lou, what's happening?" Donna and Angie rushed in. Lou lay on the floor, gasping, gripping his shirt. When they pulled it open, all three froze. Across his chest were 7 bloodied claw marks, 3 vertical, 4 horizontal. Deep gouges, as if torn by the talons of a beast, burning hot like searing iron. The strange thing was, no one else was in the room except Lou and the cloth doll, which had no claws. Even more terrifying, before their eyes, the wounds healed completely within hours, leaving no scars. They knew then that what they faced was not the spirit of a 7-year-old girl. No child could do such a thing. Ed and Lorraine Warren intervened. Desperate and terrified, Donna contacted Father Hegan. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, he called his superior, Father Cook, who then reached out to the world's most famous paranormal investigators at the time, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Upon entering the apartment, Lorraine, sensitive to spirits, immediately felt the oppressive darkness. She dared not look directly at the doll. Ed Warren, seasoned in exorcisms, spoke gravely after hearing the story. "You've been deceived," Ed said. "Spirits cannot possess inanimate objects like dolls. Only demons can. But this demon doesn't want to stay in the doll. It's using the doll as a conduit." "A conduit for what?" Donna asked, tears streaming. "To reach you," Lorraine replied. "It preyed on your compassion to gain permission to remain. Its ultimate goal is not the doll. Its goal is to possess a human body, specifically yours, Donna." The horrifying truth was laid bare. The entity inside the doll was an inhuman spirit. It had manipulated illusions, moved objects, teleportation, and inflicted physical attacks to weaken its victims, preparing for the final stage, possession. Had they kept the doll another week, Donna might not have been herself anymore. The stormy ride. An exorcism of the apartment was performed immediately by Father Hegan. Ed and Lorraine decided the safest course was to remove the doll and confine it in their museum to prevent further harm. Donna agreed, though trembling as Ed lifted the doll. The journey was anything but smooth. Ed placed Annabelle in the back seat. On sharp turns, the car suddenly lost control. The brakes locked, the steering wheel froze. The vehicle nearly plunged off the road. Knowing what he faced, Ed stopped the car. He took out holy water, sprinkled it on the doll, and made the sign of the cross. "You are nothing but a demon. You cannot harm God." After the ritual, the car functioned normally and they arrived safely. Prison in glass. At the Warrens' home, Annabelle continued her aggression. In the early days, Ed placed it on a chair in his office, but whenever he left and returned, the doll would be found levitating, then dropping to the floor. Sometimes it appeared in other rooms, though doors were locked. Even the family's black cat hissed constantly at the doll, glaring as if at an enemy. Recognizing the extreme danger, Ed built a special prison for Annabelle, a wooden cabinet with 3 sides of reinforced glass, blessed and sealed by priests. Annabelle was placed inside. A tarot card, the devil, was affixed to the cabinet door as a declaration of its true nature. The final warning. The story did not end there. Years later, a young couple visited the Warrens' occult museum. The boyfriend, reckless in youthful arrogance, mocked the tale of Annabelle. He approached the glass case, banged on it, and taunted, "If you're real, do something. You're just a rag doll. Scratch me if you can." Ed Warren immediately expelled him from the museum. "Leave now," Ed said firmly. "You have no idea what you've just done." On their way home, the couple's motorcycle crashed into a tree. The young man was killed instantly. His girlfriend survived but spent a year in the hospital. She later recounted that just before the accident, her boyfriend had laughed and spoken about the doll. Today, if you visit the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut, you will still see Annabelle. Not the cracked porcelain doll from The Conjuring, but a Raggedy Ann cloth doll, soft and harmless in appearance. It sits inside its glass case, under dim light. On the door is a clear warning. Warning, positively do not open. Before her death, Lorraine Warren admitted she never dared to look directly into the doll's eyes. She knew the demon remained, patiently waiting for someone careless enough to turn the key so it could once again unleash nightmares upon the world. And sometimes museum caretakers swear they still see Annabelle's hands shift or its legs change position inside the sealed glass prison.